Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I am Deidre. I'm here with my lovely co-host, the beautiful Christy Lynn. We are going to channel about the new earth. We're going to bring in the Syrian energy, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Christy, and she's going to get right into the energy and what we're talking about
Yeah.
today.
So we had a meeting beforehand, and the Syrians came in, and I guess they want to let us know. They said that we have been teaching and we have been learning how to create fifth dimensional energy, and now we have to learn how to live in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are a handful of us humans all over. Hang on, I feel them coming in. So I think this is going to be a direct channel. I think they want to come in and speak for themselves. So let me just take a couple deep breaths, and then we're going to invite the Syrians in to speak through me. So they're like, yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Christy, for allowing us to come in. And yes, we want to get right to it. We want to teach you about the differences in creating a new earth and actually living on a new earth. You have spent the last few years creating this beautiful place called New Earth, living in this dimensional, fifth dimensional energy of New Earth by being your authentic selves, by operating in love, by facing the shadows, by doing the work that it takes to live in a bigger, better, stronger, more evolved energy. Really learning more about yourselves as humans, accepting them, moving back into the past, correcting things, and existing in the present energy and creating other energies higher to existence. That is, you have been creating New Earth. Now, there is a handful of you who exist on this earth. You do not have to just create it anymore. You are now the inhabitants of what is called New Earth. So when you are living on this new dimension, in this new planet, on this new earth, there are some things that you will have to get used to. You may live in a new dimension, but the old dimension still exists. And yes, you do have to enter in to, okay. I want to tell you what they're showing me in my head. Divergent,
Mm-hmm.
insurgent, that
Yes.
kind of thing, where they have like the walls,
Yeah.
right? And that's where they exist in. That's like third dimensional Earth. And we've like escaped the walls, right? Like we're outside of the walls. We're on New Earth. We live in a fifth dimension outside of there. Okay, so what they're showing me is eventually, they're showing me like eventually that's what New Earth will be, right? Like there'll be lots of space, lots of New Earth, lots of areas that are called New Earth. But the third dimensional old Earthers are kind of scared, intimidated. They don't understand. So they're going to want to enclose themselves into safe communities with big walls so that we can't get to them. Almost sort of like they're showing me like a zombie apocalypse. Like us new earthers, we're the
Like
zombies
to them.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So they actually are fearful. They're fearful of catching the virus.
So what makes them scared?
Uh, okay. It's all the things that they have been taught that are evil and demonic, and we exist in that energy. And even though it looks harmonious and happy and free flowing on the outside, they are convinced on the inside it's the opposite, right? So that quote, the devil will give you everything that you desire, right?
Right.
Like that's kind of like how it feels. Like we're being tricked. We're accepting, we're selling our souls for happiness.
I gotcha. So we almost trigger them.
Yes, for sure. Right? But so okay, so they wanted to show me these little pods, these little areas that and I'm not so sure it'll be like physical walls. Like it might be like energetic walls. Like we don't go in that neighborhood because they don't really accept our kind in there, right? Like they don't like new earthers over there, right? But there will be some like sort of old earthers who are very curious about what new earth is, so they'll come and visit, you know. So we have to, now that we're living on new earth, we're done creating it. We have created new earth. It exists, right? So our mission was to come here and create this energetic place that would bring forward the evolution of Mother Gaia also, right? Remember, there's a lot of working pieces here.
Yeah.
Whoever, whatever universal creator that created us, he, she, them, they created literally a perfectly flowing environment. Everything flows together, right? So we came to create this new earth, right? And finally, we got this new earth. Now, in the creating of the new earth, we were grounding in to Mother Gaia, right? I don't know how many times we've said ground into Mother Gaia, ground into Mother Gaia, ground into her, picturing roots coming out and connecting to Mother Gaia and getting all that beautiful grounding energy. We have to stop doing that, right? Because we've done that. We've done that. We've grounded in, we've connected to Mother Gaia, we have created this new energy called New Earth, and now what we have to do is hold ourselves on that frequency while Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, evolves into hers, right? So we are not supposed to ground into Mother Gaia anymore because she's unstable right now. She's still a beautiful, wonderful, healing energy. She really is. But right now, we have to let her do what she needs to do with the energy that we have helped create for her to come into, right? We created this energy. Us star seeds came here, connected with Mother Gaia, created this whole new earth, and now Mother Gaia is going to transition into her energy so that we can both hold the energies of new earth, right? She's birthing herself, she's shedding her skin, and so we have to, I know, like, when I first heard this, I heard it from Lee Harris, and Lee Harris channels the Z's, and our channels, our podcasts always line up with what the Z's say. So when I heard this, I was in shock, first of all, like, oh my gosh, like Mother Gaia is my main source of grounding. I connect with her all the time. But then I flashed back to the past 2 years and I thought, what have you been working so hard on? And that's building my own root chakra, right? And we teach it all the time, building your own root chakra, making yourself a safe space to be in. And that was for a reason, because creator created this perfectly flowing system. He sent down all they sent down all the information for us to be like, okay, build this really strong root system, because in a year or so, Mother Gaia, she's going to be kind of unstable and you're not going to be able to ground with her so much. So if you have your own stable root chakra system where you feel safe and you don't have to go anywhere else to feel safe, you're going to be able to work with her and ground into your energy. So we have to, as new earthers, ground into our own energy so that we can hold, like Mother Gaia has held our stability our whole lives. She's been our stable grounding, and now it's our turn to be stable for her.
Absolutely.
You know, like we're like, come on, you can do it. We're going to hold space for you. really is what we're doing. And in the fifth dimension, that's what we're taught. We're holding space for people. We're holding compassion. We're holding love. We're holding evolution. Like, we are holding space for our friends, our loved ones, our brothers and sisters on this earth, the new one and the old, but also for Mother Gaia so that she can grow in to the beautiful new energetic shed that she's ready to grow into.
Yeah.
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 Which is super cool. And I have not channeled about this before. So I'm literally learning this as we're saying it, and I think it's very cool. I did know about we aren't supposed to ground in to Mother Gaia, but I have not tuned into anything other than that, so I love that so much.
So how long do you, I know it's like an estimated time, I guess. How long are we thinking that Gaia is going to be unstable
Years.
for? Years?
Years. Slowly but surely, right? Mother Gaia is transitioning slowly so that she doesn't cause chaos.
A chaos as
in destruction, as in
like,
volcanoes, as in earthquakes, as in floods, as in, I mean, like, our earth is shedding its old skin and growing into a new skin that she's never been in before.
so we're already experiencing a lot of those things already. So if she wasn't going as slowly as she is, would it be a lot worse
Yes,
than what we're?
absolutely. If we weren't here to hold the energy for her, we speak of the prophecy, right? And we've never been told what the prophecy is.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been told what the prophecy is, even when we ask.
Mm-hmm.
But when we come through and we channel like this, and then they mention the prophecy, it's like, oh, like, we know, now we know. We're slowly learning what the prophecy is. Like, it's been told that Mother Earth was going to grow into something new, that the star seeds were going to go down to Earth and they were going to create a new energy, and Mother Gaia was going to evolve into a new energy. That's the prophecy. We're literally watching it unfold in front of us. You know, that's what the prophecy is. It's been told for thousands and thousands of years that Earth was going to evolve, and it was going to, the star seeds were going to come down and they were going to hold space for her, and it was going to be a partnership. Like, this has been told for millennia. But we're just finding out as it unfolds. I just found out in that moment, right? I'm channeling and learning at the same time. So it's very cool to know that there has been a prophecy. There are so many channels that are talking about the prophecy, the prophecy, the prophecy. And then as we expand and grow, we're learning that this is all a part of the prophecy. It's happening.
So if we weren't creating the new earth with our energy, if we weren't putting forth that energy to better ourselves, to evolve, to create the world that we want to create, would Gaia still be transitioning?
She would, but it would be rough. Like, okay, that's part of the prophecy, is like, Mother Gaia is transitioning and she doesn't want to they heard about the prophecy, so they don't want to wipe out the population.
So,
right?
So we would essentially be wiped out through all the destruction that would be going on Earth because of her transition. So kind of like the natural disasters that are going on would be a lot worse, which would cause a lot more deaths.
Think back to 40,000 years ago when the Great Flood happened. You know, like, there wasn't anyone there to hold space for her. She pole shifted. You know, she flipped completely. And there was no humans there to hold space for her. So it went out of control and wiped out most of the human population.
Was that done on purpose, or was that Mother Gaia
herself? Mother Gaia herself was evolving. It was her next phase of evolvement. And that's why they have been telling of this prophecy for so long. Like, hey, next time, let's not do that. Right? Next time, let's make sure that we have some precautionary things put in place. Let's put some star seeds on the earth. Let's put them on the earth and let's let them hold the frequency. There was a plan, and then there was like, oh, in the future, we know this is the prophecy. It's now the prophecy, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's super cool. That's super cool. I love being able to learn at the same time as channeling.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it makes
it's
it kind of
cool. It's
exciting.
cool.
Yeah.
It is very cool. Okay, so I do have the Syrians here, and they are available for any questions if you have any questions. Do you have any questions?
Oh,
I
right on the
know being put
spot.
on the spot is horrible. They always do that. But for our listeners, if you have any questions about anything that we're talking about, we can ask them anything, right? Like they're here. I'm connected to them. I can do it every episode. If you have the listeners have questions, please ask because like we don't know if we don't ask, right? As I'm telling you right now, I'm learning as I'm channeling, you know, I didn't know these things until I channeled them and now I know them and everything makes so much sense, right? Like
It
it
really
all
does.
just flows, you
Yes.
know?
Okay, so I'll ask this question, a general question. What is important for us, star seeds, humans at this, just any of us? What's
Mm-hmm.
important for us to know right now?
And that is holding space, holding space. They're saying like there are some pockets of people who, again, are living on this fifth dimensional planet. It is so important for you because you are living on this new planet, but it's a baby planet. It's a new planet. There are not a lot of businesses. There are not a lot of banks. There are not a lot of things yet operating in a fifth dimensional system. So that means you do have to go to the third dimensional operating system in order to function in your life, really. So they're saying having the awareness that you are a fifth dimensional leader and you have to sometimes go into this third dimensional program, it's going to affect your body in certain ways. So they want you to just be aware. So it's not your depression coming back. It's not your anxiety coming back. It's not your anger coming back. It's not all these things coming back. It's that you are now exposed to the energy that you used to live in.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah.
The energy that you used to live in before you started your healing journey was depression, was anxiety, was body pains, was ulcers, was heartburn. It was all of these things, right? It was because we were living in an energy, a dimensional energy that was lower than what our bodies should be able to handle. We are high dimensional beings, right? High dimensional. We came here to create a fifth dimensional society. So our bodies are programmed for the fifth dimensional society, which means that they're not going to be able to handle a lot of things that exist in a third dimensional program.
So absolutely, I do feel that. I'm aware of that. I notice now, whenever I sink into a lower vibrational place, like when I'm around lower vibrational people, I feel it in my body. And I told Kevin, it was a couple weeks ago, we were at an event and we had neighbors that were very low vibrational, like they were negative about everything. Their whole conversations were so negative. And I told Kevin after the neighbor left, I said, Kevin, I don't know how much more negativity I can soak up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm literally running on fumes right now. Like I can't handle any more negativity.
Yeah, it is exhausting. It does suck it out of you. And I work at a place, you know, where serving people is my job. And for the most part, I work at a fifth dimensional place. Like when we channeled that there's not a lot of fifth dimensional businesses, I do work at a fifth dimensional business. The business I work at, I'm very blessed. Again, all part of the prophecy. I'm sure all part of the blueprint, all part of, you know, the ascension. But there are third dimensional people that come in to visit my establishment and they talk. You know, it's my job to talk to people. It's my job to, you know, be the light, right? And it is sometimes it is hard to have those conversations.
It is.
because people go straight
Mm-hmm.
to the negativity,
Yes.
all the negative things in their life. And I, as someone who's worked so hard for the last 2 years, creating a new dimension, those things don't exist on my dimension. I would never talk about those things because I know that they just bring more bad things. And I don't want nothing to do with none of that. You know, I have a great life. I do have a beautiful life. And I was telling you beforehand, I just had to enter, you know, the matrix. I work at a fifth dimensional place of business, but it is on a third dimensional earth, right? And it's taking my body a long time to get used to this, right? To get used to it. It does feel different, you know, like whereas before, I could, like, all the things that you love to do, you have endless energy for it.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Endless energy. Endless. I could go to the river every day. I could go thrifting every day. I could find rocks every day. I could work in my yard every day. And I'm not tired. It's so rewarding. It's so beautiful. But entering into this programming that is not built for your system, it's going to suck some energy out of you. But again, they're telling us awareness. As long as you're aware, right? And they are saying more meditation. I'm going to be completely honest and say that I have not meditated in
a little while.
Unless I'm reading people, unless I have readings booked.
Girl, I get it. There's no judgment here. I know we should all do better and be better. And you know what? But we're still humans and we still get lost in some things. But we're aware. We are aware. So we can work on it and just try.
So that's what they're saying is like we're telling you how to establish dominance in the third dimensional realm from a fifth dimensional standpoint so that it doesn't hurt your body, so that it doesn't hurt your mind, so it doesn't take you back to all the dark times that you experienced, because you absolutely could get sucked back in. So they're saying if you could just take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it doesn't matter, as long as you can bring yourself back to center, right? We're not grounding into Mother Earth anymore. We're grounding into ourselves, right? So because it already exists within ourselves, because we already have this root chakra that is established, it doesn't take long. It's already us. It's already a part of us. So we can just ground into our energy very quickly.
And I think I have been doing that. I may not have consciously thought about it the way you just explained it, but being out here, or out there, I should say, at these events, you deal with all sorts of life, different types of people, different types of energies. And when I feel overwhelmed or overstimulated, I do take time and I just breathe and I just calm down. And I guess in a way, come back to center, you know, to reset myself.
Yeah. I love putting my hand, I have a microphone here, so I don't want to cover it up, but I love putting my hand on my heart chakra and just like coming into myself and taking a deep breath. And when I take that deep breath, it's like a complete
reset.
Yeah, like I watch it circle in my head, you know, like from my heart all the way down through my chakras to my root and back up through my crown, and just a cycle.
Do you actually envision that, or is it just a vision that just comes to you?
I think that I've envisioned it for so long that now it's just something that comes to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because visualization and intention really do have a lot of hold in the fifth dimensional planet that we've created.
I actually really do believe that.
It is.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen that actually happen. So, yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because
whereas before, when we're living in a third dimensional society, a third dimensional program, it's the ideas and the feelings driving us, right? But when we create this new place that we live in, it's us driving the ideas, us creating the things. We create the energy that we want to live in, as opposed to the energy creating what we live in.
Yes.
You know, and that's a big difference. And again, when we go down to visit, like when you go to your place of work that we just channeled, there's not a lot of fifth dimensional businesses. So if you work in one, congratulations, you're like a master manifester. I work and I feel like my job was completely created like in a fifth dimensional operating system, and everything was seriously just like everything I wanted was just handed to me. I didn't have to ask for anything. That's fifth dimensional. Having fifth dimensional bosses who want the health and the best for everyone. So it's so beautiful, right? So congratulations if you own or work in a fifth dimensional business. You own a fifth dimensional business. I believe that these fairs and these festivals that you go to, they are the way of the future. That is very fifth dimensional. But again, in fifth dimensional businesses, we're still going to have third dimensional operating systems.
And we are mixed in with some third dimensional business as well. Like I was explaining, our neighbors were very third dimensional.
Right.
So
it doesn't matter what business you're in. There are still going to be fifth dimensional people and third dimensional people. And it's not, I don't want to say people. I want to say operating systems. Third dimensional operating systems, fifth dimensional operating systems. Third dimensional operating systems are operating on a past cycle and future cycle. I am sad about the past and I'm worried about the future.
I'm sorry. Oh, so relevant. I'm sorry. It literally just hit on the exact topic that was brought up. So yes, I'm sorry. It was just so like on the dot.
Cycle?
Yeah, like because they were very stuck on the past operating system and worried about how the future was going to go. So the way that you just explained that literally was like
in your business. It was that's what you're saying.
In the other people's business.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's fun.
And so the way you just explained it like that was literally like hearing him talk in just that way. So,
and that's what it is. It's an operating system. It's an old, outdated operating system. And some people feel as if the old operating systems are the best, right?
Yeah.
I'm comfortable here. Yeah. It works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sorry. You have to show Kevin this video.
It was like you're taking his exact words and you're saying it right now.
Yeah, that's what channels do. It's fun. It's fun. So yeah, and again, we're bringing back that third dimensional people could be fearful of fifth dimensional people because their operating systems are different. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We've been operating like this as humans for thousands of years. We're fine the way we are. And then us fifth dimensional people are like, what? Like, you're happy here? You like the way that this operating system has been operating? Even though you look around and you see all of this chaos going on, you're okay operating in the system. Yes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I say let's break that shit. Yes. Like, let's break it into 1,000 pieces, shatter it, and let's start something new and something fresh and something that is going to expand with us, not something that limits us and keeps us small as humans, but something that is going to expand us into our roles here on this new earth, which is the operating systems that we were born to have.
Yeah.
You know, like we were born to upgrade. We were born to have an upgrade. We were not born to stay in this operating system for the rest of our lives. We were born to upgrade. Our bodies were meant for upgrades. And that's why there's another reason that so many of us now are noticing food allergies, food intolerances, okay? Let's talk about now. I am not a doctor. I do have experience. I have celiac disease. I also am intolerant to a lot of other things. So I'm not a doctor, but I do have experience within my body. And I honestly think that part of my gifts are diagnosing celiac disease, number one. I know when someone has a gluten intolerance from a mile away. Whether they believe me or not is up to them. But food intolerances, like again, rashes. You have a rash. If you have a rash on your body, if you struggle with eczema, if there are things like, let's try to see, like, what have you eaten that doesn't agree with your body? Instead of saying, oh, I just have eczema and it's here for the rest of my life. I could have said that when I broke out in eczema, but I discovered that when I eat a certain kind of cheese that has extra lots of histamines in it, the histamines go in my body, and then I have an abundance of histamines, and eczema breaks out. Right? So for me, that was dairy. Dairy, certain cheeses that have a lot of, and I was trying to eat fancy cheeses because they had less lactose, because I am lactose intolerant also, right? So I was trying to eat less lactose, and instead I dosed myself with histamines, and my skin broke out, right? So if I didn't know better and I didn't think that food was connected to my skin, I would go to the doctor and he would put me on medication, and now I would have to be on this medication that causes all these other side effects. When in reality, I could have just maybe eliminated dairy from my diet for 2 weeks just to see what will happen.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And
okay.
You're absolutely right. And now I'm starting to think, what all is dairy? Mayonnaise is dairy.
No, I eat mayonnaise all the time.
You eat mayonnaise all the time? And
yes.
Mayonnaise is not dairy.
It's not. It's oil and eggs.
Oil and eggs?
Yes. You can't have anything that comes from a cow's teat. Dairy comes from cow's milk.
I thought mayonnaise had milk in it because it was white.
No, that's oil and egg yolks.
Wow. Mayonnaise is made.
You can make your own mayonnaise and be really healthy, but okay, so that's dairy, right? Also, if you get really tired after you eat, if you have heartburn, if you have an ulcer, if you have things that your body is physically doing, I want you to go back to, what did you eat last? You should not get heartburn after you eat, period.
Yeah, you're right. Spicy stuff?
You should not have swollen, bloated guts after you eat. That's not normal.
My body.
It's not right.
Dude, I can get bloated gut after drinking water. And coffee.
I would just wonder what you ate. I mean, like, I know that when I have a bloated gut, it's because I ate something that my body was intolerant to. Soy. Soy is a big one. Lots of people are triggered by soy. Sugar is a big one. Lots of people are triggered by sugar. It does horrible things in your body, but you don't connect them. Fake sugar, like stevia or allulose or those things. Truvia. They make me fart. They give me massive bloating, hurt my stomach so much. There's just things that you are not connecting as humans. And then we're going to the doctor and we're saying, I have bloating and I have gas and I have diarrhea and my body aches and my joints ache and my hands are falling asleep and my feet, like, all could possibly, again, I'm not a doctor, be solved with removal of something that is intoxicating your body. And I only know these things from personal experience. I have removed the toxins from my diet, and I know that when I introduce specific ones back in, I experience these things all over.
So how do I enjoy coffee again?
Yeah, I don't know what coffee is doing to you at all. Coffee, if I have an empty stomach, coffee's probably going to give me heartburn. It's probably got a lot of acid in it. You could do low acid coffee. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. What are you putting in your coffee? Sugar?
Truvia.
There you go. So take the Truvia out.
Then how do I sweeten it? Like honey or something?
Honey, maple sugar, maple syrup.
Okay, because I got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have sugar in it?
But it's natural and not processed.
That's
like if you took a stevia leaf and put it in your coffee, that probably wouldn't affect you. But because the stevia leaf is processed.
Okay. Well, girl, damn. See, I mean,
Again, we don't have knowledge of this because we know that we go straight to the doctor. I have a body aches. I have chronic pain. So then the doctors are like, she has chronic pain. Let's give her painkillers.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just a.
It's not hey, let's do a allergy panel. Let's see what foods you're intolerant to.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
There are so many people on this earth. I have a gluten intolerance, right? And it's very serious, and I'm very sensitive breathing it in. So I breathed a lot of gluten in this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was exposed to gluten, and I was breathing it in. Sunday, I told you, I woke up with extreme sadness and anger, right? And the feeling that I had was so familiar. And it took me right back to the time where my pre-diagnosis, where I'm going to the doctor every day or every other day, a different doctor, and saying, I have this, what's wrong with me? I have this, what's wrong with me? I have this. No, nothing's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. Take this antidepressant, take this anti-anxiety, take this anti-inflammatory, take this steroid, do all these things, right? And being exposed to it all over again this weekend took me back to that place, and literally the only thing I had to do was remove gluten from my life. No more depression, no more anxiety, no more body aches, no more stomach aches, no more joint aches, no more restless legs, no more of any of the things that I have just tried for my whole life. Like 20 years I was on antidepressants and anti-anxieties. All I had to do was take gluten out of my life, and I do not have those anymore.
It's amazing the chemicals in the food and how it kills our body.
And the reaction that your body has, that your doctor may be trained in basic health needs. And they hear pain and they think, we want to cure the pain, so we're going to give them this. But they never would think to say, let's go do an allergy panel. Let's do a food panel. Let's put you on a food map diet. You know, like there's women, thousands and thousands of women that are going to the doctors every single day and saying, my body hurts and I have this symptom and I have this symptom and I have anxiety and I have depression. I don't know why. And I used to ask my partners all the time, do you think I like being like this? Do you think I like being angry? Do you think I like having anxiety attacks? Do you think I like, and it took me right back to that place of, I'm desperate. I don't know what's wrong with me, and nobody can tell me what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? And how much guilt you have. It's like an endless cycle of guilt. Like, I feel this way and nobody can tell me why, so it must be me. Just making it up. I guess I'm just crazy. I guess I'm just a bitch. I guess I'm just born to have a sore body. I guess, constant cycle. And just being exposed to those elements took me right back to that place where I was like, no, this does not exist in my life. I took it out for a reason, and there is no possible way I'm going back to the person that I used to be. This has to stop. Boundary. Like, I'm such a celiac. I'm like, you do have to change your rules when I come over. Those are my boundaries. Like, if you want me to come to your house, you can't cook pizza. You can't cook pizza rolls. You can't boil noodles. You can't cook toast. Or else I'm not fucking coming over. Period.
This is true. We have been in the middle of podcasts, just got done. My son starts cooking stuff in the microwave, and she's like, I got to get out of here. I'm feeling gluten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want me to come to your house, that's cool, but you're going to have to change your rules. Because would you expose someone with an allergy to peanuts to peanut butter scented candles in your house? No, you wouldn't. So if I'm coming over, don't boil any noodles and don't cook any pizza, and make a sandwich, but don't sit by me when you eat it. And don't toast the bread. It's bullshit.
We literally went to McAllister's for lunch, and I almost had to sit at another table because I was gluten.
I can smell it. I can smell gluten. I can smell gluten. I am a walking gluten detector. Okay. So, any of the things that I said I wanted to talk about yesterday, have we not covered them? I know I wanted to talk about grounding in to Mother Gaia, adjusting to life on New Earth. Congratulations, we're here.
Oh, the lessons, the 5D lessons.
Okay, this is a really good one. So, okay, let me just tune in and see what messages they have. And they're like, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We want to talk about the gentle lessons received in the fifth dimensional energy as opposed to the more forceful lessons learned in the third dimensional energy. So, what they're bringing through is in the third dimension, because that is lower energy. The lessons, now we all come here to learn lessons, right? We all come here to experience things, to learn things, to break cycles, to do all these things, right? And in the third dimension, breaking those cycles and breaking those things, they come a little harshly, right? It's like, oh, that stung, like, oh, God, like that lesson hurt, you know? In the fifth dimensional energy, you're learning lessons, but they're gentle, right? Gentle, just like my experience with the gluten, right? Where I had to go to someone that I loved very much and say, I love you, and I love this, and I love all of this, but my boundary is gluten, period, right? My third dimensional experience tells me that this person that I love very much is going to come back to me with, oh, well, deal with it, right? But I'm in the fifth dimension. I'm living on a fifth dimensional earth, and I work at a fifth dimensional company, and my friends are fifth dimensional, and my family is fifth dimensional. So there's no way that they would have a third dimensional reaction, right? And they didn't. There was no third dimensional space in that conversation at all. So in the third dimension, if I were to come to someone and say, hey, I have this boundary and this is it, and I'm not going to allow you to cross it anymore, they might tell me to go piss off, right? But in the fifth dimension, I'm setting boundaries in a loving, kind way, and they're saying, we're going to fix that. We're going to look into that. We support you and we love you, right? Lessons in the fifth dimension don't hurt.
Staying true to your boundaries, holding your boundaries with kindness and compassion is a big thing, because I know that in the past, my boundaries, upholding to my boundaries, have come with strictness, aggressiveness, sometimes even anger. And I just had an episode. Well, I wouldn't call it an episode. I had an experience yesterday. And I was really, really scared. Like, it had me kind of lost. Like, I didn't know how I was feeling yesterday. I couldn't really place it. It was just, I knew that I had a conversation that was coming, and I was scared because I didn't know the reaction that I was going to get.
Yes.
Kind of similar to you. It was with my daughter.
And our experiences have taught us that in the past, these lessons have come with very hard experiences.
Yes. And with my daughter, I know how this would have played out in the past. But I just asked for compassion and calmness. I just wanted it to go smoothly. And so I'm like, just guide this conversation. Just whatever happens is for the highest good of all involved. But I was literally terrified. And now my heart was pounding. And I sat down last night with her and I said, I felt disrespected when you hung up on me. And I'm like, we are adults now. And in the future, going forward, please do not do that. Let's have a conversation when you're feeling overwhelmed. We can have a conversation. But you cannot
say, I am overwhelmed, Mom. I have to go. I will call you back when I'm feeling better.
I did say that too. I'm like, even if you feel like you don't want to talk to me, you can always say, Mom, I can't talk right now. Can I call you back later? Or, whatever. But you could have handled it in a different way other than hanging up on me, because
And in the past, your reaction is not like that. You have been in a third dimensional reaction in those spaces. Yes. I remember we've talked through a few of these things before. So you handled it differently.
Yeah, I did.
In a fifth dimensional way. And in return,
it was
reciprocated.
Yes.
What you
Yes.
give is what you receive
Yes.
sometimes, most of the time. In the fifth dimension, what you give is what you receive, right? Sometimes in the third dimension, what you give is not what you receive, right?
Mhm.
It's a lower dimension and we're dealing with old programming. But in the fifth dimension, if you give love and kindness and compassion, there's no choice but the universe serving you love and kindness and compassion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so grateful. I'm like, thank you so much for that conversation going as smoothly as it did. Because I could kind of feel the energy, and
Yeah.
I knew that she felt very uncomfortable. I could feel it in
Yeah.
my solar, like in my gut. I
Yeah.
was feeling it. And but I kept acknowledging, well, for one, my feelings are, like there's no reason to hang up on somebody. I just
Yeah.
like that's a hard boundary of mine. Don't hang up on me. But I was feeling like she didn't know how to respond, like
Right.
not
She
sure.
wanted to be triggered, but
Yes,
she couldn't be triggered because you came at her in such
yes,
a
yeah,
loving way. She
yeah,
couldn't be triggered.
yes.
Yeah.
I could feel that kind of that
So you
sureness.
alchemized the energy in the space by also operating in a fifth dimensional way.
I do feel like I navigate.
You
We
know how to navigate
navigate. Yeah,
energy
yeah.
in a better, healthier way.
Yes, and if it is from all the lessons that we've learned, it's through
Mm.
all the growth that we have, all the work that we've put into ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have stayed the same, I would just keep getting the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that relationship has grown tremendously since
Mm-hmm.
we have been friends. It used to
Yes.
be one of your main
Yeah.
struggles and
Yes.
triggers, but now
Yes.
it has grown into something completely different.
Yes, it is healthier
Mm-hmm.
than it has been in the past.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk about okay, so I don't know when this will be released, but there's a full moon
Today.
today.
Mm-hmm.
It was at its fullest this morning at like 9:30. So you can do a ritual. I'm going to do a ritual tonight, and I am releasing past versions of myself that don't need to be here anymore because I did feel the past week. If you're sensitive, you can feel the moon energy.
Absolutely.
You can feel it. You don't have to ask the moon what she's bringing to you. You can absolutely feel it. And I was feeling past versions of myself coming to visit that I did not, I don't like this. I don't want to feel like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have this reaction. I don't want to feel like this. Being completely aware of like, I know that this is bad behavior that I am exhibiting and I do not want to feel it. I don't want it.
I had that same, I guess, breakthrough clarity moment yesterday on my walk. And I was thinking about all the ways I was going to have this conversation. And I was playing, like, it just plays out in our minds, like all these different ways, the conversation, things I want to say. And the more angrier you get,
Yes.
the more the conversation changes in your head. And I remember speaking out loud on my walk. I'm like, that's toxic. That is so toxic. I am not doing that. That is completely disgusting. Yeah, and it was on my end.
You're talking to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's awareness, right? So we have to remember we're talking about there's poison sitting right over there.
Yeah.
Trivia.
There's my poison.
Okay, so what were we just talking about?
Releasing past versions.
Releasing past versions of ourselves, right? And being aware that when we fall into these things, when we feel them, you're not going backwards. Because that's what I thought. Like, I'm going backwards. This is stupid. I've done so much work. I should not be feeling this. But in order for something to release, it has to come up. Mm-hmm. And you have to be aware of it. And you have to say, no, this does not exist in my life, right? It could have come up and I could have grabbed onto it and I could have been my old Christy self, gossip, anger, like the yucky energy, right? But no. This is not the new Christy. This is not the new earth. This is not how I deal with things. So the full moon is tonight, the buck moon, or last night. You have 3 days before, 3 days after. You have like really a week to work with the full moon. So release versions of yourself. You don't even need the moon. Like, you can
Absolutely.
release past versions of yourself, and it's just as simple as we discussed earlier. Intentions are everything. I have this intention to take this personality trait that I am displaying that does not feel good in my body, and I want to release it.
Yeah.
I do not want to hold in my energetic systems anymore. I do not want to hold jealousy. I do not want to hold animosity. I don't want to hold anger. I want to move through the emotions that are causing these very specific feelings, and I want to get rid of it. Right? So release. And you can write it down on a piece of paper, or you can just speak it out, or you can just focus on every time you feel that feeling, being aware, I'm not going to react in this way that I normally react because I don't want to be that person anymore. I'm trying to respond, or not respond in a new way. I'm trying to move through the emotions because they are my own. If I am being triggered by something, it is not that other person's fault. It is telling me something. Your triggers are your shadows, right? They're your way into freedom. They're the keys to the doors that you're too afraid to step into, right? Like, your triggers are what we need to figure out why. Why am I triggered by this?
Yes.
And how can I move through it so that my body feels safe at all times?
Yes.
Because I've recreated my root system to know that I am my own safety system. I am my own everything. I do not need anyone or anything from the outside to make me feel safe, to make me feel stable, to make me feel secure. I am stable in my own root system all the time. So being aware of, I'm triggered by this, and it is because I have experienced this, and this. I'm aware of it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. I'm releasing it, whether it's by the full moon, whether it's writing it on a notepad and burning it, or whether it's just being aware, because you don't have to be a witch or a psychic or a channel to heal.
Oh, absolutely. My husband is, I would say, very, what would you call him? Grounded and not very like spiritual, but not religious. He's just, I don't know, neutral.
Yeah.
Would you call it neutral? Anyways, he doesn't go with me and do all the moon ceremonies. He's not always
He
with
does
me.
participate
Yeah.
in them, though.
When we have them
Yes.
together as a group, yes. But like, I'll do them privately.
Right.
He doesn't always take part, but he talks to himself. He works through, or I guess works through whatever. He heals
through his modality of healing. You
Yeah.
do not need to
Yes.
be worshiping gods, goddesses, or the sun or the moon, or
Right.
you can be a normal, me and my girlfriend call them muggles, right? Like, just an everyday human who doesn't have a spiritual belief. You can still go on the healing journey.
Yep.
It just takes awareness and motivation to change. And in those moments, no matter how much your ego is telling you, you should be angry, you should be sad, you should be jealous, she shouldn't talk to you like that, he shouldn't do that. No matter how much your ego is telling you, be triggered, be triggered, be triggered, be triggered, you are fully responsible for controlling those triggers.
I've had to catch myself, because I think that healing sometimes should look a certain way. And I have to, and he told me, he's like, my healing does not look like yours.
Woo!
And I was
Damn
like,
it, don't you hate when they're right?
And I'm like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. You know, your way of healing does not have to be the way I heal, or the way that I work through things doesn't have to, like, that's not law. It's not set in stone. It has to be a certain way.
Right.
But man, that hit hard.
That does hit hard. Yeah. Absolutely. We're leaders, right? And we started these healing journeys before our partners, right?
Yes.
So in that, they look to us for leadership and guidance, right? But at a certain point, they're like, hey, I've got enough healing under my belt. I can do this. I don't need you to tell me. I don't need you to direct me, because like, I've been doing this. I've been doing this with your guidance. I have, and I'm very thankful for your guidance and your leadership. But at some point,
We
we
have
have to let
do
them
it.
go
Hmm.
because that's enabling them
It is.
and not allowing them to spread their wings and make their
Or
mistakes, right?
control. Control.
Control.
Yes.
Hmm.
And that was one of my biggest challenges and triggers, like controlling things.
Care, design, disguised as control.
And yeah, it's been my major point of survival. Like I've always had to take control of things. Now I
Me
thought
too.
that was, if I was in control, then I was doing things.
Yeah.
Like I had a structured life. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I have to really, I have worked on
You
really
have.
releasing that from
You
my
have
life.
a lot.
Hmm.
You have a lot. And I have a lot too. Control is one of my issues. I know that AJ is going to be watching this and she's going to be like, yeah, girl, you little control freak. But I am working on not being in control, even if it's like, even if it's just like a simple thing, like how much maple syrup you put in your coffee. That's a lot. That's me judging and controlling the situation,
Hmm.
right? Like, yeah, it's just stupid little things. Like, it makes me
Yes.
feel safe if I can tell people how to do things.
I know, and you know, but it can look like so many different things. I get on to Kevin. I'm like, sometimes you just need to shut your mouth. The thing is that just because you think it may be better the way you do it doesn't necessarily mean
It's
that
the best way.
it's the best way.
There's a million different ways to do things.
Yep.
Just because you've discovered that this way works for you does not mean it works for everybody.
Yes.
And that goes both ways. That goes both ways,
Yes.
for sure. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just, I feel our time winding down. Do you feel it?
Yeah, pretty good. We've made this one actually go pretty long today. It's been good. We haven't podcasted in a little bit. It's been several weeks.
I miss it, and we were just told that we do not do it enough.
Yes.
I love channeling, and honestly, unless I'm doing readings, channeling here is the only channeling expression that I get to do.
And it's a form of healing. And for me, I don't know about you. But
yeah, I love learning the lessons as we go. I remember in the moment the lessons, but after I walk out of here, I'm not going to remember anything at all. No. So I'm excited to watch this episode. I think it has a lot of really good stuff in it. So I'm just going to kind of zone out and bring through any last closing messages from anybody on the other side, any entities and extraterrestrials or goddesses, ancestors that we work with. And honestly, what they're saying is congratulations. Congratulations, you're doing it. And they're saying that even though it is an uphill battle and an uphill climb most of the time, it feels like this fifth dimensional energy is just really, it's like, we're going and we're going and we're going and we're going. Like, when do we get a break? And they're saying, like, now is the break. You're already there. You already live there. You've gotten there. You've pushed the ball up the hill. And now you're standing at the top of the hill. And even though that ball is ready to go, you're in a new energy and the gravity's different here. So that ball's not going to go so fast, right? So it's just going to be a slow, steady sort of roll, right? It's not in the fifth dimension. There are no steep and dark, right? It's more of like a country drive, right? We have little ups and downs, but nothing that's going to shake and rock our systems the way the third dimensional program does. So they're saying, just take it easy. You live here now. You've done it. You live on the fifth dimension. Now enjoy the effects of the fifth dimension. There's no cause for fear. There's no cause for expecting bad news, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like all the things that we expect to happen in the third dimension. Like, my life is going really good right now, so any minute now something bad should pop out, right? That doesn't exist in the fifth dimension. You're creating energy that is free flowing, right? It's free flowing and it creates. We're creating and we're creating with the energy of the fifth dimension. The shoe is not going to drop. This is just life now. So they're saying everything. And now we talked about this. Me and my girlfriend talked about this. Sometimes she channels. She doesn't know that she channels, but she does channel. And she brought up that we're here in the fifth dimension, but we just started. We just built this place. We just got here. This is the bottom. This is the bare minimum. This is the least amount that we are going to receive because we just got here.
I love her. That's amazing.
It is. And she's so right. We just created this new earth. We just created this energy. Everything that we have right now, and I'm telling you, I have a lot. I love my life. My life is great. It's exciting. It's fun. It's like, I love my life right now. But it's just ground zero.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Like literally, we just got here.
We just got here.
We were podcasting. We were in the middle. We were almost there. They just kept saying, just like, you're right there, just a little bit longer. And we're like, well, when?
They're here.
And now we're here.
We're here.
Yeah.
We exist in the fifth dimension. We're living in the fifth dimension. Everything that we have at this base is just base.
This is amazing.
So, very good messages today. I love you all so much. New decor in the studio. Heart hands.
All right.
I love you all
guys.
so much.
Bye.
Have a great week.